by no means will we be at a function, which again is rare, with extended family or relatives, and someone's going to come out their mouth and go, well, this is his wife, Fatimah, and this is his baby mama, Nyla. That has never happened.
Warning, viewer discretion is advised. The content, views, and educational material you are about to experience could challenge your belief, trigger strong emotions, and frankly, piss you off. This isn't for everyone. If you're not ready to confront new ideas, or if your feelings bruise easily, this might be the time to click away. Expect to be challenged, to think, and you might even want to scream at the screen. Proceed with caution, and remember, you chose to be here. Let's get it.
Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's Fatimah, Coach Fatimah, 1/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships and co-author of the new book, Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored, which is right there. Hope you guys got your copy at letstalkpolygamy.com for details. Woo! There it is. So proud of it. Okay, let's get into this video, guys. This video, I am going to be answering some of your frequently asked questions, no matter how appropriate or inappropriate they might be. Now, I've picked from the respectful ones. Some people ask some strange stuff. I don't know why. I don't get that. I don't invite people into my bedroom, and I sure don't want to hear questions about that. I'm just keeping it real. I'm not doing that. Now, let's get into these questions. I have maybe almost 10 questions, so I'm going to answer them to the best of my ability. These are pretty easy. I've answered some of them before. I'm unafraid. It doesn't bother me because I've been asked them so many times that I'm used to it. The OPR team, our family's used to these questions as well. But yeah, let's get into it. You guys have asked some honest questions. I mean, it just makes sense. And they're on my screen in front of me if you see me looking up and down. So let's get into it. Okay, how do wives handle the potential of unequal treatment with a shared spouse? Now, Coach Nazir is monogamously married to us. So I'm not married to my co-wife. Just for those of you that might be new, I won't think that everybody knows who I am or our channel is familiar with our content. We share a husband. However, that's not in the physical aspect where we're all together, if you get my drift. But I always say this and I always mean it. We share him with everybody in his life, his children, his friends, his business partners, different associates, connections, people in the community. It's so funny because I feel like sometimes we can't go anywhere with him because people know him from years and years ago. And he gets a lot of attention. He's a popular guy, although he does not seek it out, if that makes sense. He's just known where we're from. But we share him with more than just the wives. You know, polygyny, again, is happening to not just the two wives, but we have children. We have bonus babies, and we have a large family. So, and within that, he has many different kinds of relationship dynamics, and he's a father and a husband 24/7. So, yes, that's a good question. But he doesn't give us, there's no unequal attention. So he's not, when he's around the two of us, he's not sitting up there gazing into my co-wife's eyes or gazing into my eyes in front of her. He doesn't do those things. He doesn't. Typically, it's my co-wife and I will talk, and then the kids talk among themselves, and he'll kind of go in between the two different conversations, or we're all together, or we're having our family meeting. He doesn't lean like that, where he's giving one attention and not the other. And still, like, we just don't do that. We never have. Now, do we have conversations sometimes? They'll be off. My co-wife and our husband will be off talking, and then me and him will have something to say, and it's typically about whatever the goings on is within the meeting, or, you know, whatever. We're taking a break, 5-minute break or whatever. That's really just it. Good question though. How do you guys handle potential conflicts between each other as co-wives? We don't have them. We do not have them. When we're together, when my co-wife and I are together, it's usually we're cracking jokes. We're talking about motherhood, business, how we grew up. We're getting to know each other in a different way every time. But we are really good when it comes to having a good time. Like when we're filming, we're kikiing in the corner or we're laughing or we have our little inside jokes. So, but we made a decision a long time ago that we wouldn't be a source of conflict for one another. Was the start rocky? Yes, it was. But I didn't go up to her and go, this is your fault. You know, it's all your fault. We didn't do that. And she's never done that to me. If we had a miscommunication, if we needed information or something happened among the children, or it could be anything like that. Anything like that. It's usually we'll sit, talk about it, clear it up, and we go on. And that is so rare in the past almost 14 years. I mean, rare that I can't even remember the last time. And we talk to each other directly. Like we text each other, we'll sit down, we'll talk, we'll have lunch, coffee, whatever. But we don't have that. We just decided we weren't going to be a source of that for one another. I mean, even if you're not friends or if you're not close, it does not have to be a conflict. That's what I found with our relationship, and we know that we're accountable. We're both practicing Muslim women, and we try our best to not ruffle each other's feathers. So that's not a thing with us. Okay, next one. Do all wives have an equal say in family decisions? We do. We come together as parents, all three of us. And if we want to go on a trip, if we want to do certain things, we sit down and plan it out with our children. And not the little ones, but the adults, the young adults in the family. And then Coach Nazir really leads the charge. And then we just given our input, everybody shares, and then we come up with a plan. If there's something with parenting, we'll kind of go back and forth and see and investigate what would happen. And then we discipline our children the same, don't care what house. Now, it's different because there's an age difference. Our young adults, we don't have to go, oh, let me discipline you. We have a conversation with them, you know, because they have guidance at this point. So there's no, you know, we're not raising the young, my two oldest daughters are almost 30. So this ain't, you know, well, you're on punishment and all of that. But if, for example, since this is such a good question, if my youngest son is at my husband's house that he shares with my co-wife, they handle that. I don't have to, and then he'll brief me on it. She'll brief me on it. And it's a rare occurrence once again, but I don't go, what did you say to my son? And how come he, I'm not doing that. I trust their judgment. If he did something he shouldn't do, or if he was supposed to help do something and he didn't, I don't have to circle the wagon and go up under them and get involved in that. I need to know about it, but other than that, and sometimes I don't know about all that, you know, and he doesn't misbehave like that either, but I trust their judgment with my son, with our son. He's a child to us all. He's a son to us all. So, and the same thing with myself and Coach Nazir when my bonus babies come over to our home. Whatever's going on, we handle that here. So yeah, we want to make sure that our children are well-rounded. So I don't want to do something that I know I wouldn't want for my child to Coach Nazir's children, but through biology, because all his children are not my children through biology, but they're all children of our family. His sons feel like my sons, and I love them very deeply. I really do. And honey, I defend them. So I'm mother to many, and so is my co-wife, Coach Nyla. And Coach Nazir is a father to them all. And I'm grateful for that. Good question. How do you handle individual privacy? We don't tell each other's business. I treat it just like I would a friend of mine. I don't talk about that. We don't go there. I don't know if they're going on within their home and all of this stuff and vice versa. We just don't go there. Because the thing is, if you go there, then you have the burden of knowing it and remembering it, and later on you might feel away, or you might feel away immediately, and then you look up and you argue and all this stuff. It's not worth it. And then it's not my job. What roles do extended family play in the lives of U.S. wives? They don't have a major role because some of them, they're relatives, and they might not believe in what we believe in, and they don't. The majority of them don't. But in our presence, we set the boundaries or the climate. So by no means will we be at a function, which again is rare, with extended family or relatives, and someone's going to come out their mouth and go, well, this is his wife, Fatimah, and this is his baby mama, Nyla. That has never happened. And if it were to happen, we set the tone for that energy. So it'll be stopped right away. And I might destroy their universe and say, and I have, say, no, that's his wife too. And da, da, da. Look, don't take me there. That's it. But we set the climate for that. So I always invite people to let others know this is your family. And letting others know that is important. I don't play about her. She don't play about me. We don't play about our husband, our family. These people that are in this family with me, we care about each other. I'm in the family with them. We support one another. So there's no, because the thing is, you can see people trying to do that. They're trying to do that. They go, oh, I don't forget what you thought. I'm just going to let you know what it is. And then that you're teaching people how to treat you. That's it. You're teaching people how to treat you. So setting boundaries and they're clear is important. Next question. We've gotten this one. Me and Coach Nyla have gotten this one so many times. Is your relationship fake with your co-wife? No, it's not. I can't do fake. I can't do it. I'd rather not say nothing than sit up under someone and be fake with them. I can't. We have to have a conversation. If something's going on, we got to have a conversation. If I feel away, let's have a conversation. Not you get over here and talk to me. No, at the appropriate time. What's going on? What happened? How come this is going on? That stuff. What are your intentions? I'll straight up ask what your intentions are. We have gotten to know each other. We sat down, had a conversation. It was at a picnic. I had made a picnic lunch for my co-wife and I, and we sat down and we got to know each other. And it was a really major icebreaker. And she actually initiated contact with me because I thought polygyny was something for Coach Nazir. I'm like, that's for him. That's how it was presented to me. So once I understood, my assumption was X, Y, and Z. I said, why am I asking him questions I should be asking her? And getting the opportunity to do that as she initiated it, it felt good because then there's nobody in between us. There's no middle person. And he didn't want to be. He wanted me to talk to her. And because he knew that was going to be the best option for me. And that is something that I would want when I was ready, was to ask her the questions that were designed for her. That's just fair. I wouldn't want it relayed through him because that wasn't going to work. You know, I'm like, I'm going to get a very direct answer, or maybe not as detailed as he's an introvert. And it's just like, and then what if you don't know the answer? Like, if I'm going to ask her how she grew up, if I'm going to ask her how she feels about being a mother to my son when he's over there and, you know, helping, how can I can't get and what is it called? I can't get the real of it from him, and he's a father, although he can look and see and, you know, when he's there, but I'm like, oh, let me see how she parents. Let me see how she feels about my son. And I know she loved him. I already knew that. With every fiber of my being, I knew that already. Just stuff like that. So we got to know each other's backgrounds more, and I understood that she's always been able to blend family because she came from that. So much was making sense as I learned her history, as I learned about her life, as I asked her questions about polygyny, and she answered them. I couldn't have created a better answer in my own head based off. She just did a great job being really transparent, and because I could smell BS a mile away, and she's not. She just didn't have that energy. She didn't act like that. She's never acted like that. It was just like, girl, this is what happened, and it's not been easy for me either. And this was like, you know. So I felt like I could relate to her story because we've been ostracized before and had these difficult experiences and this judgment and this assumption around our lives and who we are and all this stuff like that. I'm pretty, for me, I don't know. I think because my grandparents raised me and they were born in their 30s, I was just built in such a way that I'd heard so much, seen so much. They had done so much in front of me until I was like, I had a really hard exterior because I grew up a specific kind of way. And she and I, my co-wife, Coach Nyla, and I grew up, it was almost polar opposite. So I get why she's the way she is, and she gets why I'm the way I am, and we get each other, and that mattered. So that's why our relationship works on and off the camera, because we got to know each other and we were able to listen to one another. Not right away, but I was able to sit and see her outside of Coach Nazir, outside of being just wives of Coach Nazir, and that meant a lot to me. Now, guys, that concludes this series of questions, because if I keep going, this video will be long, super, super long. So with that, thank you guys for the questions. Thank you for being brave and saying, look, I'm just going to ask, because I would rather that than an assumption. So that felt good, and that was awesome. Make sure, though, that you guys are heading over to our OPR campus. We have different meetups, and we teach different classes there. And it's just a really safe space if you want to talk about a lot of these issues and many, many more. At oprcampus.com for details. You see the link and just click it and join. Please join. So with that being said, I'm going to hit you guys with some GLC. I'm glad that you are able to ask these questions, and I don't know, I never thought I'd be doing this on YouTube and all that stuff. So this is just an awesome journey that I've been on with my family in polygyny. So thank you again for the questions. I'm gonna hit you with that GLC. Make sure you're growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. I'm Coach Fatimah. See you in the next one. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
I'm a polygamous man. Yeah, I said it.
And I hated it when I found out.
Well, I kind of liked it when I found out.
Was it easy? Not at all. However, if you want to practice polygamy without destroying your family,
make sure you grab our book.
It's been called The Blueprint to Polygamy.
The link is in the description.
or comment
Uncensored.
and we'll send you the link.